The Assolan family is among the 8,000 people who emigrated from France to Israel this year. With their 4 children, the couple decided to settle in a suburban area outside of Tel Aviv, even though their decision was prompted by their concern for rising anti-Semitism in France. Aliyah for them is a long-time dream come true.
Those who move over to Israel do it for their own personal reasons. We have friends who lived across the hyper kosher supermarket in Paris and left France after the terror attack. We have friends who came here to follow their dreams just like us, and others who want to join their family or friends. It's always a very personal decision.
For a smooth transition, they chose to settle in a neighborhood where French immigrants are the majority. Only a few blocks away, another family arrived here a year and a half ago, sharing the same dreams. Their children seem to have adapted more easily, but it's not the case for the parents.
On
July the 2nd, 2014, I took the leap. I sold my practice in France and I came to Israel without any guarantees that I could practice immediately, since my degree hadn't been recognized yet. And it still hasn't, so I'm stuck, I cannot work. I live on my savings, but they won't last forever.
Tibi is one among many other high-end professionals whose degrees do not get immediate recognition in Israel. Even with his 20 years of professional experience, Tibi's venture to get his degree validated proved almost impossible. So he embarked on a political battle by starting a social media campaign. For the past month, he has been commuting to the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, almost every day.
For me, today is a very important day because we will meet the representatives of Israel Beiteinu, the party of Avigdor Lieberman. They propose a draft bill to encourage Aliyah for Jews coming from France.
This is the final consultation before a draft resolution is discussed in the Knesset. Tibi leaves the meeting with a big smile.
It seems political parties have decided to take up the fight. Suddenly, everyone wants to help us. It's a reverse in trends and it's great. I think we're getting somewhere.
Indeed, the race is now on between political parties to solve this issue. Just across the hall, another meeting with 4 ministers is in full progress on the same topic. France is now the #1 purveyor of newcomers to Israel, new potential voters who are being courted by politicians.
There have been troubles in recognizing diplomas, French diplomas in Israel. We're working it out. Within the next few weeks, we're going to solve it. And God willing, the French won't have that problem anymore. We want them. This is their home, and we expect them here.
Posing for a picture next to the minister is Mark Eisenberg. He understood the power of lobbying and founded Qualita some 4 months ago, an organization that regroups 20 French-speaking associations. Qualita's management team shows us their latest video, an excerpt from French comedy classic Rabbi Jacob.
Binyamin Netanyahu nous a dit de faire notre alia et qu'il était prêt à nous accueillir. Qu'est-ce que vous demanderiez à ma place? Une meilleure préparation?
Il te dira oui.
Des allocations?
Il te dira oui.
Une maison?
Il te dira non.
The idea is straightforward. In order to make their voices heard, Israel's growing French community must now better organize itself, as other large communities from the US and Russia did in the past.
To receive assistance to get these benefits, these funds for housing, for education, we must have greater political weight, and for that we must speak up in one voice, be more united as the French-speaking community.
The Jewish Agency is the largest organization assisting all newcomers. But while promoting Aliyah, the agency also stresses the fact that it takes careful planning.
Emigrating here shouldn't be done on a whim. It requires very careful planning. The experts of the Jewish Agency in Paris work very closely with the candidates. There's a special focus on people's individual profiles and to find solutions to employment, housing, education.
This careful planning also means taking into consideration the dangers of living in Israel. The Palestinian unrest and the wave of knife attacks of the past 3 months have brought violence to new levels. Even in this relatively calm Tel Aviv suburb, there have been 2 stabbing attacks.
This is probably my worst memory since I arrived here. When the attack took place, our children were in school, scattered across different parts of the city. So there was a lot of confusion. We didn't know exactly what had happened.
I think that right away we adopted the Israeli mentality, which means we try to detach part of ourselves from all these events, even if they're serious. We are concerned when it happens, but life continues. Here the motto could be show must go on. And so life goes on and people just want to keep on living their lives.
Despite this incident, the Assolen family does not regret coming to Israel. On the contrary, they claim to feel a greater sense of belonging, with more freedom to practice their religion, and have no intention of returning to France.